It was the end of Goy. We had had the first fine day of the year, and I noticed that the birds were beginning to nest. There was a touch of spring in the air. Arturus was now a man, and spent more time with the warriors in the warrior hall than in my hall. Since my wife had died, it was big, and it was empty. I rattled around within it. Apart from Aidan and my slaves, I lived like a hermit. It was lonely. I decided to ask Arturus to go hunting with me. I might be the Jarl and rule Cunningasthun, but I still felt foolish having to make an excuse to have some company. The first spring-like day seemed a good excuse to me. I went to the warrior hall where each of my Ulfeonar was busy. Some were repairing or replacing leather straps, some were carving, one or two were playing dice or nine men's Morris. Arturus was sharpening his seax. "Arturus, should we go hunting today? I have a desire for wild boar." He was now almost as tall as I was, and he was broader. That was his mother's influence. Her brother had been a broad, stocky warrior. Half of my blood came from the old people, the Britons, and the other half from a Saxon who had forced himself upon my mother. I had not one drop of Norse blood in my veins, but I was a Viking. Old Olaf had once told me that being a Viking was a state of mind. He accepted me as one, and that was good enough for me. "Aye, father, a good idea." Harken and Knut, my two oldest friends, laid down the scabbards they were decorating. "Should we come, Dragon Heart?" I shook my head. "No, Harken, you need to spend more time with your family." He looked disappointed. In truth, I was being selfish. I wanted Arturus all to myself. I felt a little guilty. I knew that Harken's children were at the clinging stage, and he desperately wanted an excuse to be out. "Perhaps later in the week. We may not even find any wild boar today. Call today a scouting expedition to prepare for a bigger hunt."